Yo guys, I'm super excited to be back. How are you guys doing? It's Gusto News on Gusto TV Africa. I'm quite excited because it's music and of course it's Afrobeats and every time that we have conversations around Afrobeats, it is usually a fun time. And guys, I've missed you guys so much. I hope you guys are keeping safe and I hope you guys are well. First, I really want to say a very big thank you to you guys for doing the most for us at Gusto TV Africa. We love and appreciate you guys. We see everything that you do for sharing our content across all platforms. We appreciate you guys for all that you do for us in the Gusto community. We do appreciate you guys and we absolutely love and appreciate you guys. Now, it's been a whole barrage of tweets back and forth, those, all of that. This is why I'm here, and this is why we exist. This is why we are actually plugged onto this network to give you every juicy bit of everything happening around the world of Afrobeat. So yeah, let's delve straight into it. Now, the most interesting thing is this. Every time that you get to see this picture, it says one thing. Morayo is racking the numbers and doing incredibly amazing, right? So this is a picture of Wizkid's mom, obviously, who has passed on, and of course, we absolutely love her, and of course, love everyone that's connected to the Balogun family. And Wizkid has, interestingly, just dedicated this album to his mom. And when Morayo actually dropped, a lot of people were like, "Oh, okay, this is decent. This is actually a very decent album." But prior to the release of this album, a lot of people had doubts. Of course, what's the album going to be like? What's it going to sound like? Is it going to sound like, oh, okay, like a tribute type of album because Morayo is the title of the album? But no, that's not exactly what it is. It's a body of work that just exemplifies class, in my opinion. Now, listen, I listened to this project with an open mind. I didn't want to be biased. I'm not FC or 30BG or all that stuff, but I just wanted to enjoy the album. I just wanted to really bask in the euphoria of this album. And to be very honest, Wizkid no disappoint. From the first track, it just had me hooked. I literally stayed up all night to actually listen to this project because I wanted to soak it all in. I didn't want all that nonsense of, oh, the album is going to wear, it's going to grow on you. Nah, I didn't want all of that. So to see that this album is actually doing incredible is not a fluke because, trust me, Morayo has been doing incredible numbers. And of course, one of the banging tunes of that album is Kese, 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 Kese. No, see, trust me, if you hear that jam, they don't boy you where you must move your body. And that's one of the most decent tracks off that album. Remember, Davido has actually given this guy some type of bass boost and said, they know the year you're going to do again. And Wiz was like, you're tripping, fam. He went into the studio and gave us this banging tune. Kese has actually surpassed well over 10 million streams on Spotify. And for me, that is an incredible feat. Trust me, when any artist puts out an album or puts out a body of work, a lot of people have things to say, right? And trust me, it's normal because Wizkid in itself is a global superstar, it's a global icon. So the expectation around this album, yeah, a lot of people said it's not giving, nah, but that's not for me to actually even get into the conversation. But one thing I know is this is a very good, brilliant body of work. And Kese is just proof that this album is not as that other guy said, do the year of Bedu again, because this is actually a proper jam now, proper Bedu BDs, and surpassing over 10 million streams on Spotify is not a fluke. And I mean, congratulations to Wiz and congratulations to the FCs because this album is doing absolutely crazy things. And again on Spotify, Wizkid's Morayo is actually raking in some amazing numbers with well over 16.27 million streams for a first day. Bruh. That is indeed incredible because if you drop an album and people don't respond, that is a huge fail. But that's not Wizkid's reality. That's not the FC's reality. They've been able to put out a decent body of work day because Everything Wizkid does, they support him. They're always like going hard for this guy and surpassing over 16.2, 27 million streams on Spotify. That is actually a huge, huge feat. And of course, surpasses Lungo Boy, Shaker's Lungo Boy, which did 9.5 million. And of course, Burna Boy's I Told Them album, which did 9.3 million. And of course, Davido's Timeless album, which did a cumulative number of 8.4 million streams for a first day stream. So Wizkid is actually their father right now, leading and of course smashing all the records and actually just set the bar pretty high because 16.27 million is a huge feat. So congratulations to the FCs and congratulations to Wiz because Morayo is pretty decent album. You know, of course, first day full day release on Spotify was 16.27 million. That is the biggest opening day ever for an African artist on the Spotify platform. So yeah, congratulations are in order for Big Wiz, who is actually doing incredible right now. For us, I think this is actually interesting, and I absolutely love the Mariah album. But on the other hand, we have Davido, who has said, I like that you're showing off. I like that you're saying all these things about numbers. I like that you're saying all these things about first day stream and all that stuff. But I am still the first person to actually take the top 16 spots on Spotify for 2 consecutive days. Bruh, I had to pause there because sometimes we think that these guys are actually just bragging, but the numbers are there for us to prove. The numbers are there for us to see. So Davido has come to say, yo, listen, bruh, I'm on top of my game and I've actually done way more than you have done. And this is not to actually just tell you that I'm the biggest. I am actually the biggest, solidifying his place and letting people know that he's the biggest artist in Africa. So I've actually occupied this spot for 2 consecutive days. It's not a small feat. I beg your pardon. So Davido is the only artist who has been able to achieve this, and he's actually going about singing and making noise about all of this. So congratulations to Davido and the 30 BGs. It's actually band for band, and band for band in this sense is bring your own, make I bring my own. So Wizkid is saying I'm the biggest, and David is saying I am actually the biggest. I have actually surpassed all your records. So it's a show me your record type thing. And right now, these artists are not slowing down. Over the weekend, we saw Davido posting all his achievements, and of course, Weezy for the first time in a long time, been posting back to back the charts and how much this album is actually garnering a lot of numbers. This is the first time we've actually seen this thing happen, and for me, like I always said, it's been quite. I've not seen this whole conversation about first day streams, second day streams before. So the battle for supremacy is really on and is hot. And Davido and Wizkid are the ones championing this cause and going neck for neck. Well, I think it's a healthy competition, and I think it's beautiful to see. At the end of the day, we are all celebrating and actually having this swell time because never, ever in the history of Afrobeats have we seen this kind of like huge banter even between the FCs and the 30 BGs, just going neck in, neck out. And for me, I think it's beautiful to see. And congratulations to everybody involved because right now, Davido is saying, yo, it'll be only you. Now, moving on again, Davido has actually collaborated with Nicki Minaj. And Nicki Minaj is one, I mean, she's a global icon, no doubt about that. They've actually worked together before Holy Ground. That song actually was a very beautiful song, decent song that did quite a number of streams, and it just shows who Nicki is, and also shows how versatile Davido can actually get on a record. So, I mean, Nicki had a song, of course, that featured David Guetta and of course Davido on this amazing record, and a lot of people were doubting Davido's artistry, and a lot of people were saying, I shouldn't be on the record, blah blah blah. He's just trying to just buy time. The fact that Whiskey just dropped an album and all of that stuff. But that's not the case because even Nicki herself has come out to say, this guy, this Davido guy, is an incredible writer and melody maker. There is no doubt about that. I mean, the records are there to prove, the records are there for everyone to see. So, Davido is a brilliant, decent writer, decent songwriter, decent artist, and everybody must give him his flowers. That's what Nicki is saying. And this guy is just going about his business, living his life. And according to Nicki says, he's an incredible writer and melody maker. Always a pleasure working with him. A mutual respect for one another. I ask him to be a part, you know, to be a part of it in order to bring out the Afrobeats tempo feeling a little bit more Niger to the world and all of that stuff. And in my opinion, Davido delivered. I mean, let us know what you think in the comment section. I think that that song is a brilliant song and that Davido absolutely delivered. Over 10 for me, I think it's an 8.5, and that's brilliant and decent enough. Because for me, I feel like there's no bad song with Davido. I'm not a 30BG, again, I'm just going to clear that. But one thing is certain that that song is a beautiful song, and Nicki has come out to give Davido his flowers, and deservedly so. I mean, for me, I feel like David in his best era right now, living off the whole vibe, and of course, just feeling himself and getting his energy pumped. And of course, we see him, having a very fun time with his wife Choma. And of course, they were in LA just chilling with the team. He was spotted in LA with his gang just chilling. They went to the Puma store, and of course, Davido is actually flexing. And interestingly, I saw him playing football at the Puma store. I'm like, bruh, are you the next Vinicius Junior or something? But I mean, that goes to show how much of a fun person Davido is, just living his life. He's not actually concerning himself with all the banter and all the basketballs. Oh, I'm bigger than you, you're bigger than me. Of course, with Wizkid tweeting over the weekend saying he's the biggest. Well, we don't want to delve into all that conversation. We feel like that's for you to tell us. Is Davido the biggest? Is Wizkid the biggest export out of Africa in terms of Afrobeat and what it represents? Let us know in the comment section. I'll be right here to reply every one of it. So Davido was spotted in LA, of course, chilling in the Puma store, and of course went to the Formula One game in Los Angeles and just having a very good time, just living his best life. Nothing serious, just really just flexing. And one person that we know that is living her best life right now is Ayra Starr. Ayra Starr has come with a lot of criticism. Missing out on the Grammy listing was something that didn't do her a lot of good. A lot of people came in, they were taking swipes at her. I felt that was really, really, really not so cool because I mean, she's just really starting off, and getting into the Grammy nomination is not something for the small dogs. But I mean, she's really working hard. From the Maven franchise, she's one of the most amazing, hardworking artists I've ever seen. And it's just a matter of time before she gets all the accolades that she truly deserves. So big ups to Arya Starr, who has actually come up to say, listen, guys, I'm not actually concerning myself with everything that's happened with the Grammy nomination. I'm moving on from all of that stuff. And I'm ready to serve you guys with a banging tune called Gimme That. And interestingly, the first time I heard the snippet, I'm like, whoa, this chick is not playing. This is an amazing, amazing tune. It was actually giving off that kind of Wizkid bounce, and I felt like, oh, she's listening to Wizkid a little lot like right now, but that's not the conversation. But it had a very smooth bounce, a very R&B like, but with a kind of up tempo type beat, which actually just makes you move your body. And Ayra Starr is in her element right now, ready to rock and roll. She's ready to take the industry by the storm and, of course, solidify her place as one of the biggest female Afrobeat stars to ever come out of Africa. So get ready for Ayra Starr, and I can tell you for free, I can tell you for fact that she's not going to miss out a place on the next Grammy nominations list. So keep an eye for Ayra Starr, because Ayra Starr is coming back with a bang. Gimme That is going to be out on Tuesday, and we're ready for that one. We're ready to actually get into all the vibe. And for what is worth, fingers crossed, because this one is hot and it's going to be one of the biggest tunes you'll ever hear from Ayra Starr. So, guys, this is where we wrap up the news for now. And thank you guys for staying with us. Please let us know what you think about the whole back and forth with Wizkid and Davido going all this banter and all this. Listen, as much as these things exist, I really don't like to delve into it because I just really want to enjoy good music. But one thing I know for free is that the Morayo album is a decent album. It's a beautiful album. I have actually been feeling every song. It's not in no, it's not that kind of album that comes with a lot of skips for me. It's like I'm going into the next one to the next one. So I think it's a beautiful project. But do you think that this rivalry between Davido and Wizkid is something that should end and they can actually jump into the studio to actually do like a decent project? I think it's time for that already. But let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that Wizkid is the biggest artist out of Africa, or you think Davido still holds that spot? Or you think that both of them actually deserve their place and should get equal accolades? Let us know in the comment section. And are you guys ready for Ayra Starr on Tuesday? Because she's coming to take everything that you guys have actually taken from her. With Give Me That dropping on Tuesday. I'm ready for that one. And please let us know what you think in the comment section about everything that we just actually chatted about. We're just having a fun time in the studio. And guys, we'll see you shortly. Thank you guys for sticking with us. And I'll see you in a bit.